You may be one of those millions of people who have hemorrhoids, but don't want anyone to know about them. In this video today, I'll explain what exactly are hemorrhoids, how long do hemorrhoids last, why does it burn down below, does pushing hemorrhoids back in help, and at the very end of the video, I'll give you my tips on what I recommend to help hemorrhoids naturally, and I'll explain, could hemorrhoids be a sign of something else bad going on? Guys, let's talk about poop. Howdy y'all, Dr. Samir here, aka your poop guru, trying to give you the best tips and tricks to help out with your health. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to a weekly newsletter where you can get great tips and tricks and learn how to fix them roids. Hemorrhoids, it's like roid rage. Oh my goodness, they are such a literal pain in the ass. I feel like Hulk smash! Whenever you have hemorrhoids, you know, it's terrible. So why do people have hemorrhoids? Well, for a lot of people, it could be related to their bowel habits. If you're pushing, straining, having constipation, that pressure in your bottom will cause these veins to develop. These veins are called hemorrhoids. You can also have this if you're pregnant. I say to my wife, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Yes, it's a gift for my kids. And if you've been pregnant, you know what I mean. Sometimes if you lift heavy things, you're a heavy squatter, or if you're sitting down for a long time, these are things that can increase the pressure in your bottom, and that increase of pressure will cause hemorrhoids to develop. There are a lot of symptoms for hemorrhoids: pain, bleeding, itching, pressure, and burning. I have a lot of videos on some of those symptoms right here. But why does it actually burn? Well, for a lot of people, that burning sensation could be a sign of what's called a fissure as well, which is a tear in your rectum. Yes, you can have tears in your bottom. That can occur from pushing really hard in the setting of hemorrhoids. But in addition to that, your bottom or your rectum have a lot of pain fibers that are there. And when those hemorrhoids get activated, they get all riled up, that can increase the amount of pressure and increase the sensitivity of those pain fibers in your bottom. That's why they burn. So once you've had hemorrhoids, sometimes symptoms last just for a couple of days and you're gone. Not a big deal. But what I tell everyone is that once you've had symptoms, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, because they will come back. Once you've had symptoms from those hemorrhoids, they will come back. Maybe it'll be a couple of years. Maybe it'll be a couple of days. It may come back the following day. It is so hard to predict when symptoms from hemorrhoids come back. But once you've had issues, there's a very good chance those issues will come back and hemorrhoids will literally rear its ugly head and cause worsening issues for you, which is why if you're having issues with your hemorrhoids, go and get them fixed. So one way to fix them is to just pop it back up in there. You're done. But guess what? That is just a temporary fix. It's not going to resolve the problem because they will come back. They'll just push themselves out again and they'll be there dangling for you to feel or to know they're there. So pushing them back in is not going to be the only solution. It'll be a temporary fix. It will not fix the problem. Now, there are a couple of ways that we can do this naturally, but I always stress with my patients, once again, this is just putting a band-aid on the problem. It will not actually fix it. They may give you relief, and that relief may last for a couple of days, couple of weeks, or even a couple of years. First thing I recommend is to increase your fiber. You need to have a good amount of fiber, typically 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day. Fiber is the backbone for gut health. And the more fiber that you have, the better your gut health is going to be, and the easier it's going to be for stool to pass through and not have hemorrhoid issues. So the best thing is to have a psyllium husk supplement. That is the best fiber that's out there. Find something that has that, like Metamucil or Citracel. Now, if psyllium causes gas or bloating, try supplement that has wheat dextrin or methyl cellulose. Or you can have your fiber naturally by increasing the amount of plant diversity in your diet. That will allow you to naturally increase the amount of fiber. Next, invest in a squatty potty. I have my review of a squatty potty right here. But if you can't use that, use something else to elevate those legs. That will help decrease the pressure in your bottom, change the angle of your rectum to make it into a slide where you can go down, yay! And have a good bowel movement with that, and that should help out with your hemorrhoids. Number 3, if you're having constipation, that needs to be taken care of. The Constipation is a common reason why people can develop hemorrhoids, have pressure, and have pain. We need to get that fixed because even if we take care of your hemorrhoids, if we don't fix the constipation, it's going to come back. Try things like fiber, magnesium, a laxative. These things actually do work, and they're very effective and helpful for bowel issues. Next, consider lubricating the process. Yes, I want you to use some lube. Try mixing a tablespoon of mineral oil, maybe add it to applesauce or yogurt, and maybe have it for breakfast or lunch to allow stools to slide on down out of your bottom so you don't have issues with hemorrhoids. But keep in mind, if you do this for a while, you may have oil in your stool and it may stain your undergarments. We don't want that. Next, develop good bowel habits. Don't delay in taking your dump. If you gotta go, go! The more you hold it in, the more likely it's going to be for your rectum to have all that pressure that's there. You're gonna have more hemorrhoids, you're gonna have issues with constipation, and you're not gonna be able to go when you want to go. So when you have to take a dump, go take that dump. Next, consider trying an over-the-counter treatment. Now, there are a lot of them that are out there. Preparation H, witch hazel, and there are ones that we can prescribe as well to help out with hemorrhoid issues. Next, consider using a sitz bath. Now, sitz baths actually work to help to shrink up those hemorrhoids to make it more likely for them to not come out whenever you're having an acute episode. What you want to do is soak the inflamed area in some warm water for roughly 10 or 15 minutes and do that a couple of times a day to help shrink up those hemorrhoids. And then lastly, if that doesn't work or you want a permanent fix, come see one of us. We can fix those hemorrhoids with hemorrhoid banding. It's a very effective, safe, and pretty much a painless procedure to get rid of those hemorrhoids and to make sure that you don't have any problems long-term from that. Hemorrhoid banding works, it's effective, and it fixes the problem. You don't have any more issues after that. Now, a lot of people ask me, hey, Dr. Islam, are hemorrhoids a sign of something else going on? Now, here's what I tell all my patients. Hemorrhoid issues are very, very common, but hemorrhoid symptoms can be due to a lot of different other issues. So rectal bleeding, for example, the most common cause for rectal bleeding in somebody is usually a hemorrhoid or a fissure, but rectal bleeding is also a common sign of colon cancer. Hemorrhoids are more common than colon cancer, but obviously colon cancer is a much more severe thing to have. So what I tell all my patients is that if we want to make sure we know what's going on, as opposed to me guessing, we have the opportunity to actually see, take a look, and find out what's going on. And in my opinion, if you're having any type of hemorrhoid issues, I recommend to get a colonoscopy to make sure nothing else is going on. Now, more often than not, that colonoscopy end up being normal, but there is that chance, and I've seen this in my own personal experience, that we find something going on inside that bottom. Whether it's an actual cancer, whether it's an ulcer, whether it's a bleeding lesion, or whether it's a very large polyp that would have gone on to cancer if we did not remove it with a colonoscopy. Anybody who has hemorrhoid issues, I really do recommend to get a colonoscopy to make sure everything is going on okay. And it's better to be safe than sorry. I cannot tell you the number of times I've had conversations of people who've had hemorrhoid issues in the past. They ignored it, didn't think it was a big deal, ended up getting worse. They saw me, we did a colonoscopy, and we found something bad. I do not want that to be you. We want to make sure that we can get you safe and taken care of to not only fix your hemorrhoids, but to make sure nothing else is going on inside that body. So these are my tips I recommend for someone who has hemorrhoid problems. My question today for you, what would you add to this list? What would you subtract? Have you tried these things? Comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to a weekly newsletter where you can get great tips and tricks like you're learning in this video. Guys, I hope you have a happy and healthy day. And don't forget, let's talk about poop. Thanks, everyone. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. If you're getting value from this video, I really would appreciate it if you smash that like button and comment it down below. And if you want to learn more about what you can do to get those hemorrhoids fixed, click right over here.